Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Clientology Daily Insights. As always, I'm your host, Jeff Bourgeois. We always start by extending an invitation to join our LinkedIn community. The link is in the notes below, or you can scan the QR code. It is free. Our only request is that you be someone who cares about helping others and you are in a business of serving other businesses. So today I'm going to share a lot of people jump right to and I've been there, done that myself. You go into hiding because you're writing a book and you miss the opportunities that the act of writing a book can bring you. So today I just wanted to share if you're writing a book, the worst thing you can do is run away and write it in isolation. What you want to do is share your journey. And I think the first time I saw this, I'm going to credit my friends John and Josh. They launched a post saying, I'm writing a book, and they brought people on the journey. And that made me think about what are we missing if we wait until we just say, hey, I wrote a book, because that assumes everybody wants to hear what I say. Whereas if you say, I'm writing a book, we can include their stories, we can get ideas, feedback, things like that. So I'm just going to share in this little video a few of the ways we like to keep in touch with people while we're writing a book. And the very, very first thing we would do with any book that we're going to launch is we want to launch influential interviews, or in common terms, a podcast. So the first thing you need to do for your book and for your interviews is you need to have a very specific audience and a very specific problem. So I've talked about falling in love with the problem, not your solution. What is your specific audience and what problems can you solve for them? The next thing you want to do is post and say, hey, I'm looking for guests, people who have an opinion or expertise in this area and also solve this problem. So your audience is going to be the people who would ultimately read your book, buy your services, or watch your podcast. Your guests would be your key strategic partners or other experts who would bring value to your audience. It's all about bringing value. And then for every episode that you record and you put out there, you want to send out 10 to 20 different ways of promoting the episode. Again, you don't want to spam your network, but you want to really share the people that have taken the time to become guests on your podcast. And by the way, I love connecting one guest to the next guest. So even if they don't get a lot of views on their actual video, some of my guests only have 1 or 2 views, but they still get clients because they've connected with my strategic partners who then become their strategic partners. And then the next thing you can do is you can share, hey, everybody, I'm running a podcast. Here's what we cover. You're going to announce your book and say it's going to help a specific audience solve a specific problem. And when I say specific, I am talking hyper specific. For example, maybe it's left-handed dentists in Cleveland who have challenges finding dental tools. Very, very specific. And you might think that's too specific, but believe it or not, there are actually organizations and groups and clubs that serve left-handed dentists. Nope, I can't make this up. Now, as you're promoting and you're writing your book, you're going to ask for insights. So the way I look at it is we use the diagnostic tool where we have a big promise. We have our 3 core areas, and then we have 9 projects. Basically, what I would ask, share an insight or tip or something you're going to write about in that chapter, and then ask people, what questions do you have about this topic? If you're an expert, can I interview you for my book? And if you're just part of my audience, who else do you follow that talks about these things? So basically, your channel, your social media becomes a resource for your community. And then again, you can ask for feedback on your title, on your subtitle, on your cover design. And again, this is asking people for their feedback. We're literally building the book specifically for our audience. So as you're continuing, you can share why you do what you do. I love Simon Sinek's approach to the golden circle, where everybody focuses on the what or the how. Really, what people care about is your why. Again, you can share who you serve, which falls under our category of who should read the book. Again, we talk about the promised result. Here's my promise to you, the reader. And we can break it into the 3 core areas. We can do the projects. You want to get people's questions. What's getting in your way? What's slowing you down? What's stopping you? You want to share a little bit about who you are and why you chose this path. And last but not least, what are some things you'd like your perfect prospect to do after reading the book? So you're giving them a call to action. So the cool thing is the social media should pump up the book. It should drive some engagement and honestly make the book a better thing. And even in our process, we typically get a book out there and published in 4 to 6 weeks. This is a really good buildup, because what we found in the past is that people would wait till they get their book in hand and then they'd be like, okay, who do we give the book to? Here's your value. You can offer people who participate, they fill out a questionnaire, maybe they get a free copy of the book. So that is my thoughts on how you could share that you are writing a book and make the book a better place. You might meet some other experts, you might meet some new clients, but the cool thing is you want to add value to your network, and you can also interview people and add value to your strategic partners. Thank you. I'd love your thoughts below. If you've written a book, have you tried this? Or if you're writing a book, would you be willing to try this? Thank you and happy writing.